All right, Mayor's comments. I just want to make sure that I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I ask everyone to please be careful as we get together. COVID is definitely not gone away, and it is important for all of us to take precautions to make sure family members are going to be safe. So please be very careful over this Christmas holiday. But there are still a lot of ways for us to be able to be grateful and thankful for happy holidays. So thank you very much, everyone. Be careful. With that, I'll open up to Alderman's comments.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, one at a time. Gentlemen to the third.
Yes, I'd like to second everything you've said. Wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Bon Natale, Vesoy Shion, Feliz Navidad. You can come up with your own, and a Happy New Year. We have been without snow so far this year, but I want to remind everybody that when the snow does come, and it will, and it probably will before we meet again, to be careful. It seems like every time we get any significant amount of snow, people almost have to learn how to drive in it all over again. So please be careful, slow down. It isn't that important that you get there 5 minutes sooner. It's more important that you get there at all. And with that, wishing everybody a Happy New Year and a very, very happy farewell to the year 2020. It was an horrible year.
Anyone else wish to speak?
Mr. Mayor, Alderperson of the 10th District.
Gentleman from the 10th.
Thank you. When I look at this past calendar year, my calendar year, for those of my colleagues who don't remember or laugh, I was in deep doo-doo this time last year, or certainly before, through actions of my own. But I want to thank all the people who stood by me in that very, very difficult time. I want to thank my friends, my family, my supporters, and my coworkers. I try to carry myself in a certain way and was disappointed by the lack of control that I exhibited. Again, I'm not apologizing for my actions. I'm not apologizing for defending myself. I'm never going to do that. But that kind of started my own personal interesting year going into 2020. We as a council, we as a city, we've endured some very challenging times this year. There's some things that we should be very, very proud of. And there's some things that we need to do some deep reflection on, all of us. I want to first start out with my accolades. First and foremost, I want to thank the Waste Department for the successful rollout of our garbage cans and all that entailed, while still hitting their primary mission of picking up the trash in the city of Kenosha. So I want to thank the Waste Department. I want to thank everyone who supports them. I want to thank the Public Works Department and the Public Works Committee. I had one really interesting email in the beginning, and the person was very, very upset by the process. But within a week, the person sent another email, which I sent on to here, showing that he actually liked it and was supportive of it. So, given all that we were going through, it was. I give them accolades for that project. I want to thank city staff for all that they have done this past year. Elections during COVID, keeping City Hall running during the civil disturbance, keeping all the missions going while servicing a very challenging general election in November. For everyone who supported that operation, I want to thank them for their efforts. To our city employees who kept the city going and continue to deliver services to our constituents, no matter what the challenge that was put before them. We have, if we didn't know it before, we definitely know it now. We have some A-class, wonderful staff who has shown themselves their value in this past year. The Kenosha Police Department, it's been challenging to say the least. From one of your officers being shot to the intense scrutiny put on your department. And yet, I think you still maintained your professionalism and you still met your mission for our city, and I thank you for it. The Kenosha Fire Department. The transition that you guys are going through with leadership, on top of everything else that we're going through, and still you guys are maintaining and providing the support needed during this really difficult time. And I want to thank you guys for that. To my colleagues on the council, we haven't always agreed this past year. But look where we're at. We're still here. We're still moving forward. And we're still making those investments in our city that's going to pay off, like someone mentioned today, to our grandchildren, to our children and our grandchildren. I want to thank my council president for his assistance during the time of trouble. I want to thank him. If I'm thanking him, I'm going to say him by name. I want to thank Council President Dave Bogdala for his leadership and his assistance helping the mayor during our civil disturbance. I want to talk to the constituents in the city of Kenosha. I think 2021 is not going to be easy compared to 2020, or I'm praying that it's going to be better, but I don't think it's going to be easy. And we have the decision still looming over us, and we don't. But I want to say this to my constituents, to my friends, to my family, my neighbors. No matter what happens with that report, with that judgment, whatever we want to call it, there's still people in our community that are hungry. There's still people in our community that are being exploited financially, sexually, emotionally. There's still people in our community who cannot read and write. There's still people in our community who economically cannot provide for themselves or their family. And that decision that comes down is not going to change any of those factors. We still have people in our community that are marginalized, and we need to do our best to help them. And those problems are still going to be there. And those are some problems that people are engaged with every single day. And they need our help, and they need our compassion, and they need our empathy in dealing with those. Finally, finally, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, productive Kwanzaa, Happy New Year's, Three Kings Day, Festivus, Orthodox Christmas. I think I hit them all. Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
The second, all those in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion's approved. Thank you, everyone. Good night.